She was fun, flirtatious, and hilarious. Not to mention beautiful. Every day with her is incredible. Her smile, the way she laughs, the funny way that her hair falls over her face. I'd never found anyone that made me forget the loss of my parents, not even for a little while. The first time we made love was the first time I'd ever heard her cry. And no, it wasn't because of me. Hello?
Tim? Can I come over? I don't want to be alone right now.
She drove over pretty quickly that night. It was like she had a teleporter.
What is it, Sarah? What happened?
She never told me that day what made her feel so bad. All she said was, make me feel safe. It was then that I noticed that she'd become quiet and withdrawn every so often. I had no idea why. I tried to ask her, but every time I did, she'd just clam up. So I stopped trying to pry. Another thing I noticed is that she would never let me spend the night over at her place. She said that her daddy paid for it and that'd be awkward if he ever stopped by and saw us. Beyond that, things have been going really well up until a couple of weeks ago.
My parents want to meet you.
That was a bombshell for me. Sara is my first, and hopefully last, girlfriend. It was the first time I got to the meet the parents stage. I was scared. I don't think that my reaction was exactly what she was expecting.
You'd rather not? What the hell, Tim?
I'm not ready.
Not ready? I've been letting you do my panties for the last year and a half, and you aren't ready? When will you be ready? Mom is gonna have kittens soon if she doesn't meet you, and well, Dad, I don't want to think about what Dad'll do if you don't eventually come over.
It's just... Never mind, it's retarded.
You're retarded. Hun, what is it?
I just feel like something bad will happen to them.
Nothing bad will happen to them, hun. Trust me. If something bad was going to happen, it would have already done so.
She did her best to console me. And that pretty much brings me to about when I met you, sir. When I saw you for the first time, you looked familiar.
Hi, Daddy. Where's Mom?
Princess? So this is Tim, eh? William!
Hi.
Sorry it took us so long to come over. He was just a bit hesitant. Mom, this is Tim. Tim, this is my mom.
Janet.
All the women in your family get men to carry their baggage?
This is such a surprise, dear. I just got food. I'll put something together.
Sorry about that. It took so long to get him to agree to come over. I had to strike while the iron was hot.
I had no clue. None whatsoever.
But yeah, it's really weird. It's like, dude, just buy an answer machine. It's like $19.
That's so easy.
I know, but they're like worried that technology's gonna overwhelm them.
This is delicious.
Oh, thanks. I hope that there's enough. I didn't expect company.
That's fine, Mom.
Could you pass the chicken? It was then that I noticed. Remember how I said I had all those scholarships, but chose to stay in town instead? The reason I stayed was the hope that one day I might find the person that murdered my parents. Well, I found him.
Look, I was drunk. Don't think I haven't thought about that day. It was a horrible accident and I freaked out. I was scared. I had a child and wife to take care of. I couldn't go to prison for that. Nobody saw anything. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I think about that day every time I close my eyes. I'll do anything you want. I'll make this right.
All these years, I wanted to know who the murderer of my parents was. Could I stand up to him? Would I have the strength? Could I forgive him?
I am sorry. I am so sorry, Tim. I will go to the cops and tell them myself. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me.
I'm not gonna kill you. My parents would be crushed if they knew that I killed someone in cold blood. At least I'd like to think that.
Thank you. Thank you.
But there is a bit more to this tale. When I got home, I told Sara about you, the ring, how I thought you'd killed my parents. She began to cry. She had this angry look in her eyes. At first, I was afraid she was crying because I was saying that her father was a murderer. It turned out she was crying for another reason entirely. It turns out that you had killed before. It wasn't a person, though. Well, it was, actually. It's like a person. Hell, I'm making this way too confusing for you. You had killed your daughter's innocence years ago. Hello?
Tim? Can I come over? I don't want to be alone right now.
You see, my life wasn't the only one that's had a cold and lonely childhood.
I used to think it was my fault. Something I had done. But it wasn't me. It was you. You were the sick one. You were the one that had to fuck your little princess.
I didn't mean to hurt you, Sara. You are a beautiful woman. You're my daughter. You're my princess.
I'm not your fucking princess!
Until recently, I wasn't a big believer in karma. But now,
Karma's a bitch.